Hey guys, welcome back to Triggered Precision Machine. It's been a couple months since I put out a video. I apologize. I have good reason for that. I've been absolutely swamped with rifle orders and other gunsmithing stuff, which is a really good thing. And what it basically comes down to is creating YouTube content or building rifles. So building rifles takes precedence, as I'm sure a bunch of you, or most all of you I hope, could understand. So I'm going to do my very best here in the next couple months as we approach winter to get more regular YouTube videos back out like I was before, because I enjoy doing it and I enjoy putting the information out and I enjoy interacting with you guys in the comment section. We have a good time. So today I just want to do a couple things. I want to go over the current state of the company. I want to go over a couple builds that I finished recently, and I want to go over this rifle in front of me because this is something that I'm going to be stocking on a regular basis. And then we'll go over a contest or two that I have in the works that I am going to officially launch today. So if you want to hear about the contest, you got to stick around till the end because we'll go over it and it should be a lot of fun. I shot it myself and I'll show you guys my work. First off, let's go over the company. So moving right along, gaining business every single day, gaining suppliers, gaining all of these aspects of what I need to produce these rifles quickly for you guys. And that's kind of been my niche, is these fast turnaround times. I had a customer contact me today asking me for a Terminus Zeus action with two 6mm Creedmoor barrels, and he asked about the lead time. My response to that was, I'll have it for you in less than a week. After we went back, he decided he wanted one barrel, so I changed his invoice over, and my response to that was, I'll have it done for you by the end of the weekend. So as long as I have the components in stock, I don't mess around with this stuff. I get the work done and out of the shop, and it is perfect before it leaves my shop. So that being said, added a couple new vendors to the list. So just today we added Ace barrels, so very happy to add them. They're located right over the border in Washington. I consider them a local company, so I'd love to support them and work with them. Very excited. We have Brux on board. Brux just delivered a massive delivery of barrels. Proof is a steady supplier. A lot of the carbon fiber stuff, or all of it I should say, comes from Proof, and a lot of the stainless steel stuff comes from Proof as well. They've been a really reliable, and it's just a great business to work with. Great customer service so far. For actions, I've said it before, Terminus is my go-to. Joel is a great dude at Terminus. He's helped out a lot. His actions are second to none. The Terminus Zeus is my go-to action for anything short action in the competition world, and a lot of the hunters now are requesting the Zeus just for that quick change barrel capability that it has. But the action, the refinements in the action, the quality of the action, the fit and finish in the action is second to none. I absolutely love those things, and I'm going to continue using them for as long as I can tell. So triggers and all the other smaller components, I stock a lot of those, a lot of different trigger techs, some Timneys, quite a wide variety of that stuff, and I usually always have what the customer wants, and I try to keep that constantly on order so I replenish my stocks and I don't fall behind. As far as the stocks go, that's kind of a little bit of a holdup. Those things just take a while to make. AG Composites has been really great to work with. They've come through on time with every single order that I place with them. I've been leaning heavily on MDT recently. This field stock that you see in front of you, their MDT XRS chassis, has been a really good one. And then all of their other high-end stuff for the competition builds. Masterpiece Arms is another one. They just they beat their estimated lead time by like 3 or 4 weeks on the last chassis that I ordered for them. So props to those guys. They have their manufacturing figured out. So it's stuff like that that helps me get the components on time. And once I have them, I go over there on that lathe and I turn out the product for you guys. So we'll keep this going. And as this goes, it's just constantly improving, and I'm able to add more and more stock. So everything I make from this business is reinvested in the form of stock and inventory. So barrels, actions, triggers, all that stuff, so I can get you guys these rifles quick. That's enough for the company. Kind of gives you guys a basic idea of where we're at. Now let's go over some rifle builds. this is kind of cool. So if you guys remember back to one of my first videos, I introduced a rifle that I called my lightweight hunting rifle. This was a 7mm short action ultra mag, and it weighed somewhere between 12 and 14 pounds. So I got a lot of comments on that advising me that that was not a lightweight hunting rifle. I agree, it's not lightweight, but for me, it's lightweight. So I had a customer come to me and ask for a lightweight 308 hunting rifle. I respect the choice in the caliber. I love 308, and we had to kind of define what his idea of lightweight was. So he wanted a rifle that all buttoned up with an optic on it and everything was right around 8 pounds. No problem, right? So I'll kind of go over the parts list that we use and how we ended up. This rifle turned out absolutely magnificent, and it shoots well beyond what, in my opinion, it should for a 6-pound rifle. So we ended up, as you see it on the screen in front of you, the rifle weighs 6 pounds 2 ounces, and we started out with the Terminus Zeus action. So the customer specifically wanted a quick change option on his action. Terminus does offer a short action that is a lot lighter. I think it's 10 ounces lighter than the Zeus, but you lose the quick change feature. And my customer wanted the ability to switch barrels out, have me make him pre-fits for it, and so on and so forth. So we went with the Zeus, and once again, solid action cannot be beat. So from there, we see the Proof Research carbon fiber barrel. Now that is my first use of one of their Sendero light contours. I was a little apprehensive at first. It's a slightly smaller diameter, smaller contour than their regular Sendero, and it shaves a few ounces off, but pleasantly surprised by how this one shot. So the chassis you're looking at there is MDT's Hunt 26 chassis. So that is an Arca rail model. So it has an integrated Arca rail into that front carbon fiber forend, which is absolutely trick to look at. This is a folding stock, and I believe their base model without the folding mechanism weighs right at 26 ounces, hence the name Hunt 26. This one might weigh a couple ounces more. Either way, this thing is a feather light chassis. It's super comfortable. The lockup on the folding mechanism is absolutely rock solid. And I was skeptical about using this chassis because I heard mixed reviews about the carbon fiber being spongy and not feeling right, and not locking up solid. I can say all that is not an issue at all. This stock is absolutely killer, and I will probably be making myself a rifle around this stock here pretty soon. From there, at the very front of the rifle, you'll see I added a titanium Salmon River Solutions 4-port brake. Salmon River Solutions is another local company up here in northern Idaho. My good buddy Ken owns the company, and he produces what I'd have to say are the nicest brakes I've ever seen in my life. They come out of his machines, or come out of his factory rather, looking like a piece of jewelry. They're well polished, deburred, the threads are absolutely flawless, and they're very, very effective. So this was a titanium brake, weighs almost nothing, and it kept the weight down on the rifle to where we wanted it to be. We went with a straight blade Trigger Tech Special, and this was a 2-stage trigger, and this was my first experience with Trigger Tech's 2-stage, and I gotta say I'm very impressed. I used to love 2-stage triggers, and I still do for certain applications, and this one really exceeded my expectations there, so I was happy to see that. As you guys know, and I think I mentioned in the past, I try to proof all of my rifles, try to take them out and shoot a test target for my customers so I can make sure that these rifles meet my accuracy expectation. So I had this discussion with a customer who just recently bought a rifle. The rifle came with 2 test targets. I put 15 rounds to the rifle, which is my standard protocol for shooting a test target. I'll shoot 5 rounds to foul the barrel, and then I'll shoot a couple 3-shot groups, and I'll call it good after that. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding that kind of constituted a used rifle. So yes, the rifle is used, it's fired, but if you are guaranteeing the accuracy and the quality of a rifle, what other way is there to check that work? So this is all part of the quality control process that I do. If you specifically do not want your rifle fired, that is 100% fine, and I will respect that. But again, I can't guarantee the accuracy. Now, I have not had one single rifle that I've taken out to the range to test or had a customer test that didn't exceed my accuracy expectation or my standard of sub half-inch 3-shot groups. Most of these rifles are shooting around 1/4 inch. This rifle right here shot right around 3/8 of an inch, but I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into it, and I'm shooting off of a Harris bipod, and I had a rolled up sock for a rear bag. So the rifle that will go back to this lightweight hunting rifle on the screen here kind of took a little detour, but this rifle produced some absolutely exceptional groups and shot exceedingly well, far beyond what I expected a 6-pound rifle to do. So my customer was very, very, very happy with it. So another really cool build, and what you'll see in front of you right now, is this rifle. If you guys have ventured over to the Triggered Precision Machine website, triggeredprecision.com, you might have seen this rifle or a rifle like this up on the website. I'm calling this the Triggered Precision Machine Everyman Rifle. And the reason I'm calling it that is because it's not a budget-minded rifle by any means. It's still a couple $1,000s, but it's a value rifle. So a lot of these rifles that I'm building, they can reach up to 5-digit price tags. So the components aren't cheap. We know everything is expensive these days, so it all adds up, in a full enchilada rifle build with everything, all the bipods, the optics and everything, can easily run north of $10,000, believe it or not. So a lot of the rifles come in right at that $4,000 to $5,000 range. This rifle beats that by almost half. So as you see it here, I sell this rifle for $24.99, and again, it's not cheap by any means, but hopefully this appeals to a wider audience. The quality of all the components they're hand-selected components to be a value offering for shooters and hunters. And I'm offering 2 different variants of this rifle. The heart of this project right here, the Everyman Rifle, is the Solus action. So I've built probably close to a dozen of these actions so far. I haven't had a single problem. They've all shot lights out. They're super smooth. They're rock solid. About my only complaint about the action is the weight. They're a little chunky for a lightweight hunting rifle like I'm trying to build here. So Aero, I know they keep the price down by eliminating those extra machine operations that would scallop the receiver and flute the bolt and all that stuff. So it is what it is. We kind of take the benefits with the disadvantages, but overall it's just an awesome rock solid receiver, and it's a budget minded receiver. So retail on these guys is $8.99. They're easy to get from Aero Precision, and so far I've had great luck with them. And by the way, Aero Precision just released this same action today with a Magnum bolt face. So it's a short action Magnum bolt face. So now your 6.5 SAUMs, 7 SAUMs, all the 300 Winchester short mag, all those short action mag bolt face cartridges, now we can build with this receiver right here. So as far as the rest of the components of the rifle go, I've been using these Proof pre-fit barrels, and these are Savage threaded small shank barrels. So the Aero Solus action accepts Savage small shank barrels. So I throw the supplied Aero Precision barrel nut on there, their headspace to minimum SAMI spec, and they shoot phenomenally. So the rifle that you see here was finished up with a gunsmith fit stainless steel 3-port brake. So it's timed on there nicely without the use of washers or anything else like that. And it finished off with a Trigger Tech special straight blade trigger set at about 1.5 pounds. So these are adjustable for a wide range. So if you're taking this hunting and you want a heavier trigger, go ahead and adjust it up. Each one of these rifles comes with a test target. Each one of them has my accuracy guarantee, and I'm going to try to supply these things or keep an inventory of these rifles built for you guys, so you can call me up, shoot me an email, say, hey, I want one of those rifles. I'll get it out to you. There's some small changes that I can make with each rifle. mainly the chassis and the trigger stuff. So I have a couple different variations of the Trigger Tech triggers, and any chassis or any stock that you want, I can put in this rifle. So as you see here, I have my trusty Citron S3. This is my test optic for all the rifles here in the shop. This thing has never failed me. It's got a great reticle for shooting small groups, and so far it's just been a really nice scope. But this rifle will be listed up on the website for sale here in the next couple days. So if you are interested, go pop on by and see what you like. So enough of the rifles, enough of the company stuff. Now let's get on to the competition that I have set up for you guys. This took a lot of thought. I had some other hunting related competitions set up, and I still have a challenge for you guys, and it involves TPM swag or a TPM rifle, and we'll talk about that at the very end. But for now, I want to introduce this challenge I have in front of me, and we're going to call this the Triggered Precision Machine 2023 KYL Challenge. For those of you who know, KYL stands for Know Your Limits. Now, traditionally in competitions, a KYL target is usually a steel target, and there's an array of them, usually 4 or 5 or 6 or more, but they start off large and they incrementally decrease in size till the very end. And usually that very end target is maybe just over a bullet diameter. So they're a challenging target to shoot, and the way it works is with typical KYL rules, if you shoot your target and you hit it, you have the option of stopping there and accumulating those points. If you continue and you miss, then you lose all your points. So if you hit the first 2 and then you miss the third, you zero that stage out. If you continue going and you hit 3 and you say, I'm good, I'm not going to shoot the last 1 or 2, then you get those 3 points. So that's very similar to how this is. It's going to be done on paper, and this target is in the free download section on the website, www.triggeredprecision.com. So on the target, I have the rules, and the rules are very simple. We just talked about them, but it says know your limits. This target is to be shot at 100 yards using a front bipod and rear bag, so none of this goofy bench rest stuff, and 1 round per target, and there are no caliber or rifle limitations at all. If you have a bench rest rifle that you want to shoot off of a bipod and a rear bag, let's do it. So here's the catch. The bullet diameter tear in the target must be more than 50% inside of the ring that you see here. So the rings are the Triggered Precision Machine Eagle Shield logo, and they start out, I measured them here. The largest one measures out at 2.6 inches. The next is 2 inches. The third target is 1.15 inches. The fourth target is 0.75 inches, and the very final target is 0.56 inches. So at the very bottom of the sheet, there's space for your name, date, your rifle caliber info. So I'd appreciate it if you guys do this. Get detailed with what you're shooting. Now, I would love to know what action, what barrel, what ammo. Are you shooting hand loads? Are you shooting factory ammo? Your load data. If you want to write all that in there, I love reading that stuff because it kind of helps put context to what I'm seeing on the paper. A spot for your YouTube or Instagram username, and your attempt number. So there is no limit on the attempts on this challenge. I will figure out a way to integrate the number of attempts along with the total score for the target here at the end, and we're going to run this all the way through October. So we have the rest of September and all of October to run this. So be honest, and once again, integrity rules all. So write your attempt number down and send me your best target. If you have multiple rifles you want to shoot it with, by all means, send those targets in. If you can clean this thing, awesome. So I was out the other day proofing a rifle that I just built, and I decided to take the good old standby 6 Creedmoor match rifle out there and try my hand at my own challenge. So my very first try, and I'll throw this target up on the screen, I cleaned it. Feeling pretty good about myself. I said, if I did it once, I can do it again. I made it to the third target, center punch the third target, and I missed the fourth by a long shot. I'm not sure what happened. I think I got a little cocky and just yanked it really, really badly, but that is very unlike that rifle to throw a shot like that, so I'm gonna blame it on myself. But it's a fun challenge. All you gotta do is print these things out, shoot them at 100 yards, write your info down, and scan it, take a photocopy of it, shoot me an email with your target at sean@triggeredprecision.com, and I'll throw that into a separate folder. And come the end of October, we'll go through all those. We'll figure out who has the least number of attempts, who has the who cleaned the whole entire challenge, and so on and so forth. So that'll be pretty fun, and I'm still trying to decide on the prizes for this. And then there's always the YouTube stuff that I have to put out to keep YouTube happy. So this challenge, there is no price for the entry, no purchase necessary, and YouTube has no affiliation or anything whatsoever with this challenge. So this is all on you, and I have to advise you guys to comply with all state and local ordinances and laws when you're competing in this challenge. So the next challenge that I wanted to kind of present to you guys is kind of an open one, and this is going to run until the end of the year. So this is a hunting season challenge. There's a lot of TPM rifles out there right now. A lot of guys hunting with them. I've gotten some really good emails back, and there's been some cool game animals harvested with the TPM rifles, but I haven't had a good shot of a TPM rifle or someone wearing a TPM hat or a TPM shirt or something like that next to a really nice game animal that they harvested. So if you guys do that, and you can send me a picture of you with your TPM rifle or wearing some TPM swag next to your kill, send it to me, again, sean@triggeredprecision.com, and send me your address. Make sure you send me your address with it, and I'll send you some free stuff, because I would love to have those for the website. I think that's really cool, and I want to see these rifles in use out in the field and being used the way that they're designed to. So keep those in mind. And once again, that challenge will run until the end of December. So we'll run that until the end of year. And the KYL challenge will run until the end of October. If you guys have any questions about this, check the website. I'll kind of reiterate the rules and some of the other nuances to the challenge for you guys. And the PDF file for the target should be up in the free download section by now. So go check that out. And if anything, it's good practice, and it's fun to do this, and it doesn't take a whole lot of ammo. So that's about it for today, you guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. It's almost 9 o'clock at night, so finished up my work week here, and I think I'm gonna take the weekend off. But good to be back on YouTube. Hope to get some good interaction with you guys down in the comment section over this video, and kind of get that started again. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I've had some, I'm not gonna say oddball, but some non-standard requests for machine work, custom gun parts and everything. I love that stuff. So if you have an idea that you want, custom rails or something built onto your gun, let me know. If I can't do it, I have resources and I can have it done for you or point you in the right direction. And once again, the rifle builds. If you guys want something built up and you want it in time to hunt with this season, give me a call, shoot me an email, and we'll see what we can do. For now, you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you hopefully very soon. Thanks, guys.